Hello, can you believe it? It is day 5 of 30 days of art warm-ups. And I'm Brenda Harris. The channel is On the Creative Road. I said that completely backwards, but who cares? Part of this series for me is getting better at talking, right? And posting videos and processing videos. And this is my first time really doing that. I've made little videos that I've put on social media, but I've never dedicated myself to 30 days of not only drawing, but leading a drawing and also filming myself and then posting it. So this is all new to me. So that might be a surprise to you. For some of you, you know me. You've maybe had, a drawing session with me before. And so it might surprise you that this feels intimidating and strange to me, but it is very intimidating. And today we're gonna do a more meditative drawing. So we've done some silly things. We've kind of forced ourselves out of our comfort zone. And today, for some of you, might be more of a comfort zone. It perhaps not. Sometimes when you're doing more meditative stuff, it might bring out some emotions or it might bring out some feelings. And so prepare yourself for that. But we're gonna do some pattern work and we're just gonna work on repetitive patterns. So that way we can kind of get into a little bit of a zone. I am gonna time us so that way we stay in a shorter time period because I want these warm-ups to be quick and easy and no pressure. So I really don't want it to be a long thing unless you want it to. So if you finish and you decide, wow, that was really nice, then you can continue and do a longer session, okay? So let's get started with our warm-up. A quick funny story. I've tried filming this video twice. The first video I was filming, I had a phone call and then my dog interrupted, and then I started my second video and my dog interrupted again. And I thought to myself, well, this isn't what I was going for today. So here's an example of what we'll be doing. This is what I did in the first video, and maybe I'll share a little bit of that. I'm not sure. I'll be honest, I got a little frustrated. I got interrupted because look, it was so calming and repetitive and lovely. And then I got interrupted, and then I started this one. And yeah, so it's already begun, but I'm going to go ahead and continue on because the show must go on. And yeah, the purpose today is mainly to get into this more softer, reflective, relaxed approach to creating art. Oftentimes I am rushing. Actually, I'm going to try to slow down my mark making. I tend to rush, not intentionally. I think it's just my normal state of being is I feel like I'm off to this appointment, or I have to pick up my kiddos, or I have this phone call to make, whatever it is. There's the long list of items to do. And this kind of warm up where you don't have to pre-plan, you don't have to overthink it. You just have given yourself one task to focus on, which is to create different lines, going different directions. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be a certain way. I can make a really long section right here if I want. I can do a longer line if I want. Just do whatever feels right in the moment. It's like taking a hike and not really knowing where you're going. You're just exploring. And there's something nice about that. When I'm working on something like a children's book, layout or thumbnails or whatever it is, to me it feels like mental gymnastics because my brain is puzzling all the pieces together. It's like I've dumped a big puzzle on the table and I'm thinking of all the things. I'm thinking of, you know, the eye color, the clothing, the accessories, the location, all the things. And it's a puzzle. And it feels a little bit tiring when I'm done with that. I feel a little like, golly, that was a lot to think of and process, and just mentally exhausting a little bit. Fun. It can be really fun, but a lot of work. And something like this is just so nice and just kind of helps me honestly free up some mental real estate, just because I don't have to make it a certain way. It doesn't have to be a certain way. I'm just mark making. And anytime you're mark making, there's non-verbal things being released. I call it the mental gunk. It's like a drain, and as you experience life and as you go about your day, there's some mental gunk that goes in the drain. And, it's like the where all the water goes through, you're just living your life, and then you're just building up these little bits that get stuck in the drain. And how do you release that? What's your garbage disposal look like? Do you get to release that? Do you try to release that? Is it just built up so much that you just feel really bogged down? I've definitely felt that way before, and I can't even describe it sometimes. Sometimes you can. Sometimes I can say, you know what? This happened. These things are bothering me, or it's just that time of the month, Sometimes you can explain it and you can define it and talk about it. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's just a feeling. It's just a mood. And I gotta admit, I started today's video feeling pretty relaxed, and then I got interrupted a couple times, and I just felt like, ugh. No words, just ugh. And already I feel a little bit of a release. I feel a little happier right now. And I don't think it's a coincidence that it's because I'm mark making and there's no rules. It's just free mark making. No rules to it. Mistakes allowed. Weird marks allowed. It's just repetition. And that's nice. It's nice to be in that place. There's also something about the sound, hearing my mark making. The pencil on the paper. I'm always curious about what sounds you're going to hear, because I usually shut the back door, and for some reason, like I said, my dog interrupted me earlier. He wanted in and out and in and out and in and out. And usually I leave the door open, but it's a chillier day, so I have the door closed. Oh my gosh, and now there's barking. So if you're hearing all that, there's barking and birds and some sort of animal party happening outside. Maybe you can't hear that. I'll find out later when I play it back. But at this point, I feel like this is what this video is supposed to be, because it's the third time I started it. So it's meant to be this way. So be it. Dogs barking and birds telling their story out there, complaining. This way now. And that's how life is sometimes. You start the day and you think to yourself, I am just going to rock it today. It's going to be an amazing day. And then you know, certain things happen and they throw you off a little bit, and you think to yourself, well, this isn't the amazing day that I described. Nothing bad has even happened right now. I'm not, you know, I'm being silly complaining about noises. It's not a big deal. But, you know, there are days that are bigger things happen and you're just, you know, kind of off balance. Try out something like this. Try out just a more meditative drawing and see where it gets you. See if it can clear the gunk for you. I love that. It's funny when you look at it at the end, because as I was doing it, I wasn't looking at it as a whole. I was just kind of paying attention to my mark making, and now I see it all together, and it's really nice. I love these two together, actually. So there's about 2 minutes left. So I am going to, I have this other pencil here, and I'm going to start at the center this time and kind of work my way out and see what I finish in. I can't make this up. Now there's like a plane. I swear, all the other days were so quiet. Maybe a little wind. I remember thinking, there's wind. And the wind is loud. It sounds really loud. But today it's dogs and birds and planes. Sounds like a book. Dogs, birds, and planes. Oh my. I do kind of like this feeling of flipping the page around. The last one, I pretty much stayed put, you know, in one spot and kept working my way down. And this one, I'm spinning the page around, and there's something nice about that. You know, and that's part of processing art, is listening to what you like and what you don't like and responding to it. And I think I'm liking that turning of the page, so I'm going to keep doing that because it feels good. All right, so that was 10 minutes, and this is how far I got. And, you know, I could either just leave this and come back to it at another time. I could finish this up now. It's up to you. So wherever you're at, you can always finish what you were working on, or you've had enough, you can move on to your day or move on to your next project. I hope that was useful to you. I know I was talking through it, but hopefully I wasn't too annoying. And we got through the noises. We made it. We got through it. Thank you so much. If you've been following along on all 5 days, I'm so glad you're here. If you just found day 5, welcome to day 5. And tomorrow we're going to start a few days where we're going to be working on specific skills, specific drawing skills. So far it's been a little bit of fun stuff, silly things, kind of a reminder to stay loose and stay silly. And moving forward, we're going to move into some drawing exercises. So I look forward to tomorrow. All right, see you then.